that man? Is this how he cares for his child? Oh, poor girl. Those words fell on my ears and I got so mad. How can she say that about my dad? I ran near her and did a high jump into the puddle in front of her, drenching her with muddy water. Now that felt good. I'm Ariana, and yes, I love my dad more than anything. And he loved me too, like both parents combined. He even cried while dropping me off at college, like at the first day of school. As I walked in, I was turning back at him, waving him goodbye, when I bumped into a girl and she fell down. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you.
It's all right. I thought you looking A for your dad. I missed mine too.
She held my hand, and on the way to our class, she introduced herself as Freya, and she seemed to have a little lisp. But that wasn't a problem, because I just got my first sweet friend. And I couldn't take it that Freya was getting bullied often for her lisp. One day at lunch, Diane, Freya's cousin, and a few mean girls surrounded our table. They started mocking Freya, and Diane poured a whole bottle of water over her head. And another girl was recording it on her phone. What the heck?
Thank me, Ariana. I just cleaned up the place for you. Off her spray.
That was it. I jumped up and spat on her. Pfft. Now you gotta clean yourself up. She kept yelling while I took Freya and walked out. Freya and I had a lot in common, particularly the interest in dancing too. We'd meet on weekends at my place and have so much fun singing and dancing. That's when we got a very big announcement. There was an inter-college dance competition, and the winner could get to perform in one of the leading Hollywood dance club's albums. We both decided to participate and practiced heavily. One evening after practice, I was so tired reaching home. I cleansed my face and looked in the mirror, and there were some light pink patches on my face. The next morning, I woke up only to see those light pink patches on my hands and legs too. Ah! I panicked and Dad immediately took me to the doctor. I was diagnosed with a skin condition called vitiligo. Bad news, it won't go. And in a week, I got those patches all over my body. I freaked out and skipped classes the next few days.
You can't keep hiding forever, Ariana. You gotta face the world. Be brave. Go out to your friends.
I can't, Dad? Okay, I can't. Just get me a home tutor, or let me simply stay at home. Or let's leave the town. As we were arguing, Freya came in.
Ariana, what's wrong? Oh my God, is this?
See, Dad? It's all right, Freya. I understand. I look like a weirdo now.
And who am I again?
The next day in college, I put on extra makeup on my face, covering the patches, and wore full-sleeve shirts and long pants. And it was already the competition day. Freya and I were getting ready backstage when Diane found us.
Wow, looky look. Hey, bestie birds, if you two are competing with each other, who will win? Obviously, not you. Loser face, Freya. You'll always be a good-for-nothing case.
Freya's eyes welled up, and she immediately knelt down praying. She definitely needs to win this. But if I participate, am I not spoiling Freya's chances myself, as Diane said? I wanted Freya to gain some confidence from this win, so I wasn't gonna perform. I acted like I hit my foot on the bench. Ouch! Ah! I think I won't be able to dance today, Freya. You should go, please. She hesitated at first, but when she went up, she did so well. And when she was announced as the winner, I jumped for joy.
Ahem. Looks like someone's brain disappeared with magic.
No. It still hurts. I was just excited. Looked like she knew I was acting, but thankfully, Freya didn't hear us. I gave her a tight hug when she turned to me. The very next day, the principal called her to the stage and announced she'll be performing with the leading dance team from Hollywood very soon. That's huge! And all the girls flocked around her, including Diane.
Freya, after all, we're family, right? And hey, is it true you'll be going to a Hollywood tour next June? OMG, I'd love to join you.
But we wouldn't love to take you, loser. Ain't you afraid she'll spray on you now? What spray?
Ariana, let's not talk about that right now.
She took my hand and dragged me out of the hall. As days passed, Freya was becoming more popular than we imagined, and Diane was getting dangerously close to her. She joined us at lunch, danced with us, even walked with us after college one evening. I think you should stay away from her.
She's popular. Now look, I am too. This is all new and feels good. Who care if she's one of my 100 followers?
She seemed to have changed a little, but not in a good way. That's when there was a heavy rain. We quickly ran back to the college campus where many students were waiting for the rain to stop. Just then, Diane gave me a weird look. What now?
Ariana! Oh my God, what's that on your face? Is that thing even contagious?
Oh no! I touched my face and the rain had washed away all my makeup, perfectly exposing my pink patches. Hearing Diane shout, everyone around looked at me and in seconds, I became the talk of the college. I tried to hold Freya's hand, but she moved away. I was so embarrassed and ran straight to my house. I kept talking to myself in the mirror. Did Freya ignore my hand for the reason I thought? I tried calling her, but she wasn't responding at all. How could she do that? I knocked on Dad's room and woke him up. Dad, I can't anymore. I can't trust anyone here. I'm done.
Oh, darling, I didn't know you'd be hurt this bad. Let's shift to another town, and I promise I won't force you into any college again. You can choose your own life and career. Now, please don't cry.
Didn't I say? He's just the bestest of dads. We began packing the next morning. I just went out to the park for a short walk with no makeup and no extra cover. I didn't find a need for that anymore. I was buying myself an ice cream when suddenly someone hugged me tight from behind. I was shocked. I pushed the hand away and turned back to see a handsome boy my age.
I found you. I knew you'd come back to me someday.
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Do I look like someone you know? He was Archie, and we sat down for a talk over ice cream. Looked like he had gotten lost from his family when he was too little and has missed his twin sister terribly since then.
I have some memory issues. So thought it could be you. Anyways, you see that spray painting on the wall? That's my work. How is it?
Oh, but isn't that illegal to do without permission? He laughed and said it's cool for the Everdore Academy kids to do every rule-breaking stuff in the world. Well, that sounded like fun. And what's more interesting? He didn't even care about my vitiligo.
You're upset with this? What's the big deal? I think your patches are just beautiful, like a painting.
Whoa, wow! No one had ever said that to me before. Not even me. I liked everything about Archie. I promised Archie I'd help him find his sister and went home. I told Dad we're not going anywhere now. I'm going to join the Everdore Academy, Dad.
Honey, that's a place for outcasts.
Sounds more like me. It wasn't easy to convince Dad, but somehow he agreed. And off I went to the Academy of Outcasts. And yes, as the real me, no cover-ups. The moment I entered the gates with my luggage, someone poured a bucket of paint on me and ran away. Of course. What did I expect? And there in my class, I saw Archie. I was so happy seeing him again. But he looked at me and turned back to stare at the window. Maybe he forgot me. So I went behind him and hugged him from behind. Oh, here you are. I knew I would find you, my twin brother.
Ariana? Oh my God, you're here. And you really turned into a painting now.
He happily gave me a tour around the campus, and we soon became good friends. We also were the only ones who passed every exam. And the rest of the year, we were 2 against the whole group of outcasts who stared at us all the time. I thought that stare was not dangerous, until one day when I couldn't find Archie in his dorm. I asked the other guys, and they obviously misled me. I landed straight into a huge abandoned library which looked haunted. I thought of running back, but then I heard some faint crying sound. Was it Archie? I took the golf bat and was by the door and went inside calling for him. And then I found him hiding behind a bookshelf crying softly, and his mouth was sealed with tapes. Archie, oh my God, who did this? What happened after lunch?
The golf team boys made me mud. I ran here, but I forgot my way out.
I felt so bad seeing him in tears. I hugged him and took him back to my dorm. After calming down, he said he used to stutter in emotional situations like these. But that's not the problem. Eating mud was, and I'm not going to let this be. Archie, it's time for us to make our school proud. Help me collect some mud, will you? Earlier the next morning, we went straight to the golf team's cafeteria with a bucket of mud. We poured it into the chocolate syrup tins and greased every toast on the plate with mud. This is gonna be delish. We then waited behind the kitchen and watched everyone's face turning horribly funny. With that happiness, we left home for the Christmas holidays. I took Archie with me too, because I didn't want to leave him alone with the bad guys there. Dad bonded with Archie so well and was very happy I finally found a real friend. And that night at dinner, Dad took Freya's name.
She came here twice looking for you, honey. I think she regrets it.
That night, I couldn't help thinking about Freya. I even told Archie about her. And I had no idea that would be his life-changing talk.
Now that's weird. My sister had a lisp too. We both were late to speak, and my parents could never stop crying about that.
Her name isn't Freya, is it?
I don't remember well. All I have is this photo.
Seeing that, something inside me said there could be a connection. I called Freya immediately and asked her to come to the New Year party at Central Park with her childhood photo. No more questions, just come. And when we met, she ran to me and hugged me tight.
You have any idea how much I missed you? I'm sorry I ignored you that day. My popularity made me blind. And Diane, she used my name and illegal things at college and ruined me. She left now, but I couldn't forgive myself for what I did to you.
Oh, it's okay. You know, I too have learned this is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, why I called you is him. Did you have a twin brother by any chance? She was shocked, and when both showed their childhood photos, we confirmed they were actually lost siblings. Oh, what a happy new year. We all joined the flash mob dance at the party, and it was my happiest dance ever.